Hi, it's been a while, but I didn't have a specific reason I can think of to make a video and share with you. But now I do. I do have a reason, and that is because I am about to do a 5-day water fast. So I decided I'm going to record that journey for myself and for anyone else that is interested in doing that so I can share that experience. Now, lots of people were saying, "Oh, you're crazy. Why are you doing this? This is ridiculous." But I did a water fast, a full water fast, well, so almost probably 40 years ago. I was probably 17 when I did that. And I had again a reason. I had a medical reason. I had some kidney problems. I was diagnosed with kidney deficiency disorder for about 10 years or so. And when I was 17, I did some tests and more or less found out that one of my kidneys, I've forgotten now which one it is, the left or the right, was half functioning. And they told me, "Oh, you can't eat this, you can't do that." And I was thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm 17. I almost like the life of grandma was ahead of me. So at that time, we're talking about 86 here, sometime 86. There was no internet and all that, but I was fortunate enough to come across the research of a Russian physician that was using starvation, they were calling it at the time, cure through starvation. So I read some of his work and what he was doing and the theory behind, which we're all aware now that everybody says, "Oh yes, when you fast, and at a certain point, the body goes into autophagy, which is eating itself or starting to recycle the pathological tissues or cells that are not healthy." So I thought that's a reasonably good theory in 86. So I thought I'll give it a go. I'll try. Nothing to lose. So I did 2 weeks, 14 days of just water. I did that because the recommendations was like up to 2 weeks you can do by yourself, but beyond that you have to be in a clinical environment under supervision. So I thought, I'll do the 2 weeks and see what happens. So I did 2 weeks of the water fast, and long story short, a few months after, when I had some tests done, they looked nothing like my previous tests. They were like, almost, "These are not your results. Have we mixed them up with somebody else?" And since then, anyway, years after, I had some other tests. I was pregnant. I was tested, every week because I was still in the records as somebody with kidney deficiency disorder. I never had any issues with my kidneys since then. They're perfectly healthy. So it's not that I'm sick or have some kind of a medical issue right now, but I'm on the verge of reaching menopause. And it's been about 11 months since my last period. So I'm really close. I'm thinking I'm going to get there, finally. And we all know that with that, our body is, struggling to adjust, reset. So I thought, what a good opportunity to do a fast. Not 2 weeks, don't need 2 weeks. 5 days though, to help my body reset, recalibrate, and find that new balance and new equilibrium and the new homeostasis to function well. So decided to do 5 days because I remember when I did my first fast, it took me about 3 days or so, or maybe, to get to the point that I went through ketosis and that cleared. So at that point in time meant that the body started kind of recycling, or the autophagy started. So I thought at least 5 days I need to reach that reset. So that's why I'm doing 5 days. And I'm going to record every day how it's going. And I'm going to record then afterwards for at least 5 days how I'm going back and refeeding because when I was young in 17, I didn't do that well. I was supposed to start feeding myself slowly within 2 weeks, achieving back to normal eating habits. Well, I didn't do that. It probably in 2 or 3 days, I was back eating normal. And I remember I had this like wolf-like appetite. And I think the whole 2 weeks water fast, I only lost 2 kilos, but I put 5 on afterwards because I was really eating a lot. So this time around, I'm not too worried about the weight, but I want to make sure that I refeed myself properly as I should. So yeah, keep an eye on my feeds. I will keep posting my experience every day, and I'll also take some measurements tomorrow morning. When I get up, I'll weigh myself. I have this scale that tells me body fat, muscle, and all that. I'll weigh myself. I'll take some measurements. Will be interesting to see what the outcome will be in the end of the 5th day of the fast, and then what the outcome will be after the fifth day of going back to normal feeding. One of the things I will do this time, I will make sure I exercise and lift some weights and do some, try to maintain the muscle because I'm not 17. And that kind of 5-day fast, it's gonna melt a lot of my muscles. So I'm worried about that. So because of that, I'm going to make sure I lift some weights and do some resistance training to maintain the muscle as much as possible. All right, so that's for now. I'll see you again tomorrow when I get started. Bye.